I brokered the deal that I'm working on now.
I don't even want to be buried in a box.
Right? I came to these people and said, listen, I want to do 3 projects. I want to do a country project, I want to do a rap project, and I want to do a rock project. And somebody said, why do you want to do that? I said, well, I think all 3 express the duality of my personality, right?
Sure.
I said, but most importantly, because I can. You know what I mean? And as fucking crazy as that sounds, I think I can, man.
Yes.
You know, when it's like, dude, I just want to be listen, I spent a lot of my life not free.
Yeah.
I want to be as free as I can be these days, man. You know what I mean? Like, that's how, you know, I tell people I prefer to live my life like the feather in Forrest Gump. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? Like,
every time you look up, it's going.
I'm fucking going, baby. You know what I'm saying? I stop at the end. You know what I'm saying? I think that some bitch still went in the last scene. I think it just flew off. You know what I'm saying? Like, let that be me. You know, so it's like,
now.
And it goes back to a duality, a conversation I had with Loba, Jonathan Loba, the head of BMG of Broken Bow. And I was like, look, man, my father taught me a lot with the way he lived his life, Ernest. My dad would go do, every Thursday, he would do Room in the Inn, or Wednesday, he would do Room in the Inn at the Methodist church he was a member of. Every Monday or Tuesday morning, he would do men's small group Bible study, and he was the guy who brought the coffee and the donuts. That was his thing.
Was your dad a church on Sunday type of guy, or more in the streets helping?
Both.
Gotcha.
Yeah, both. But because he helped with the homeless. But
Gotcha.
he also showed up as an usher. But I asked him one day, I said, why are you bringing coffee every week? He said, well, because I got to go now. I got a responsibility. I can't let the men not have coffee. You know, they count on me for the coffee. But this same guy has a plaque at the Tin Roof Bar where he would go in there 5 days a week after work, get absolutely sloshed. I probably shouldn't say it, and I hope people, I don't give a fuck if you judge us or not. He'd take one for the road. You know what I mean? We didn't take one for the road. He'd get a cup of ice. And he had him a bottle in the car. He'd pour him one in the parking lot, drop the top on his little Sebring, go. And he was a legend at this bar. Like, he'd walk in the Tin Roof, buddy, like, there was like 30 Tin Roof people at his funeral. And there was like 200 church people at his funeral. It was like 500 people. He had a huge funeral. I was so happy for him. But I was like, I had a moment where I was like, wouldn't that be cool to be that guy?
Jesus. I mean, that's the idea of being Christ-like, bro. I know. It's okay. But, I mean, you got whatever that was, because the ability to minister to people is not limited to walls. Well, speaking of a box, but it ain't, ministering to people does not happen in a box. It happens when you go out and fucking make a difference in people's lives, and you're doing that same thing, bro.
Well, to me, but I think to me it was like what he showed in that was the duality of who he was. That somebody could be so loved at a bar and be so loved at a church. Yeah. I think that, like, me doing a country album and a rap album and a rock album is like, that's who I encompass.
Yeah.
It's like to be able to walk into a bar and go in there and get absolutely drunk, and I'll be the same person talking to those motherfuckers at a bar that I will be at the Folds of Honor when we're doing a charitable event, or when I go to church, or whenever I go to do this, or, you know, to me, it's like the duality of that is what's so important. It's like being able to present yourself in a way that you're so authentic to who you are, you can be that person in any setting, and it don't matter, and still be received the same. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're meeting your mother-in-law, who's clearly a Christian woman. You feel me? Treated her the exact same way I treated your father-in-law, who's obviously a Christian too, but a totally different kind of Christian, right? Yeah. You know? So to me, it's like letting the music represent what that is.
Yep.
And I broke that down to Loba, and I was like, that's how I want it. That's why the Right and Wrong record was so, I'm somewhere in the middle. I guess I'm just a little bit of both of these things. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I fall right there between the whiskey and the water. Yeah. You know what I mean? Yes. Like, I'm somewhere in between. Yeah. Like, you know, to me, that's like the coolest legacy on earth we can leave.
Yes.
Is to be that person. And I want to encapsulate that in my music. Yeah. That's the most important thing of music. And that's whenever he was like, why do you want to do these 3 projects? Like, this is why. I want to show the duality of man. Because I don't know any man that's not like that.
Fact.
You know what I mean? I don't know any
musician or not. We're just talking about the human
We're talking
nature.
About the human nature of man. I don't know too many men who are not, you know, a little bit of a good husband, a little bit of a scumbag.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? A little bit of a hard worker, a little bit of fuck this job. You know what I'm saying? You know, a little bit of a good guy, a little bit of I'll fucking slap you. You know what I'm saying? It's like, you know, I think we're all got a little bit of both of those in us. You know what I mean?
And there's a market for it because of that, which is so back to the whatever wave country music is going into right now. It's like the listeners feel like they relate more to the people singing the songs more than ever.
Oh yeah, no, the music's never touched more honesty.
And motherfuckers gonna walk up and be able to talk to you.
Right, for sure.
We're not untouchable.
Just being earnest. Just being earnest. Just being earnest. Just being earnest.